I know, sir. They'd be glad to see me hang with Bill Carter.
Well, not quite. However, the commissioner minced no words when he spoke to me.
I can understand the commissioner. What can the public think of the police? Maitland is only a figurehead. The alarm is set off by a jukebox. Mills is dead. Everett has vanished. Barkley's a frog. And now Gordon and his butler can't be found. All we have to go by is the ballad about Johnny.
What are you driving at?
Well, sir, you know the legend of the magic flower, don't you? Our little boy Johnny used to wander from sunup to dusk, rain or shine, over hill and vale, through village and countryside, searching for some magic seeds. Perhaps they were cement dust.
Hedge. You found a new clue?
Yes, I most certainly have.
By Jove.
Sir, I wonder if you'd be good enough to grant me a favor. Would you please use all your influence to keep it out of the papers, especially everything pertaining to Bill Carter? His father must not find out the truth. No one should know that he's Ray Bennett.
Your whole body was transformed. It's not the same. Your glands were regenerated first. 117 days you were kept in a state of hibernation. And while you were asleep, I changed numerous organs and successfully operated on your figure. You have a lovely body, Irene.
Give me my clothes back.
Don't be foolish. We'll get you some new ones tomorrow.
But I can't stay like this.
Why can't you? Don't be afraid. The operation's over now. I've left no marks on your lovely body.
The poor unfortunates need our help. What can I do for you, Inspector?
I want information.
About what?
About the anatomy of the devil.
Ah, my book. It's nice to know someone reads it after all.
Yes, a reader who seeks the truth. Now, tell me, Pastor, if the devil is a spirit, how can he have an anatomy?
When he appears in bodily form. I explain it in my chapter about the werewolf mythology.
I'm more interested in the myth about Mabuse. Do you think it's possible that Dr. Mabuse is alive?
Every soul is immortal, Inspector, and the name of Mabuse is just a personification of criminality. It seeks for power and is motivated by megalomania.
I quite agree.
The wish to force the entire world to submit to diabolical instincts. But tell me, Inspector, how was it you happened to come upon my book?
I found it in the bag of a murdered woman.
Have you found the keys?
No, sir, and I've looked for them every place possible. It was only when the policeman asked me for them that I discovered they'd disappeared. I went right away to get the duplicates from the owner's house.
What could have happened to him?
I know who stole those keys.
Who? Who stole them?
It was a man who wanted to look at the house, spoke of buying it. I took him home with me. He took the keys and promised to bring them back later. He must be the one who has them now. That's it.
What sort of man?
A very strange man, sir.
Could you give me his description?
Of course I can. Tall, thin, well-dressed, about 50 years old. And he had an expression that froze the blood in my veins. Here's the necklace. Do you want me to show you the shop?
No, don't bother. How did you get this?
I already told your assistant the story.
Well, now suppose you tell me.
How many times do you expect me to repeat it?
Just as many times as you're asked. How did you get this?
I paid for it.
Paid who?
Jeannot.
What's the rest of it?
His last name is Roussel, but everyone calls him Jeannot the tanker.
Why, a drinking man?
That is correct, sir. You're extremely perspicacious.
I don't need your irony. Where will I find this Jeannot?
He is at home, that is, in the tavern.
You are worried. What are you hiding? Nothing escapes you. Nothing escapes me. Nothing. And no one. It's true, I'm worried. You're afraid. I've forgotten the position of the men. Well, I haven't. You can't get out of it so easily. I see something. What do you see? You're checkmated in the next move. You're right. What did you gain by this reprieve? A great deal. glad to hear it. I leave you now. We will meet again, and when we do, your life and the lives of those with you will end.
Although it may seem odd to my friends, my name is Morning Glory. Yesterday the flowers weren't at all well, so I sat up with them all night, and, well, they're better now. They're responding. Do you like flowers?
Mm-hmm.
Let me show you this variety. It's one I bred. It's named for the Browns, who used to be the leading family in town. I owe all this to them, especially to Miss Hallie. Are you just passing through?
Yes, I was, but now I've changed my plans.
You're staying here in Nimbers? You like the flowers, you don't carry a gun, you want to stay in Nimbers? You must be crazy. Thank you. Where are you going to live? You can stay with me if you can't find anything better.
Thank you. That's mighty nice of you, Morning Glory.
You can give me a hand. There's plenty of work to do, watering the flowers and... Say, somehow I feel I know you.
Oh, that's just because I'm so ordinary.
Yesterday, the girl returned home, pale with death. They did what they could to no avail. But she expressed a wish that in her final agony, the last prayers for her salvation be said by you, Coma Brutus.
But, Father, why me? I had nothing to do with it.
Don't argue with me. You will leave immediately for the country. Go prepare your things. The poor girl's father was good enough to send his men here with a wagon to fetch you.
You'll have to get somebody else to go, Father, because I am not
The
leaving.
devil take you and your wretched tongue. No one asked you if you wanted to go or not. I said you're going, and that's that. Thank your good master for his gift of the honey and the eggs. And tell him I shall be delighted to send him the books he requested just as soon as they are ready. And as for you, you little scoundrel, I suggest you learn to control that impertinent tongue of yours and start behaving yourselves. Otherwise, I shall have you stripped to the skin and birched before the whole school. A sound thrashing should make an impression on you. And especially when you find you won't be able to sit down for a week.